passes. Chief Saul. Any corrections to the agenda? If not, we'll look for a motion.
Make a motion for the agenda.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Public comment?
I have one, but we're gonna hand it to the chief. One constituent asked me to give that to the chief, and he will follow up with that constituent. And anything we need to address here, we can down the road.
Okay. Any other public comment? Moving on. Secretary's report. Any additions or corrections to the minutes from last month? If none, is there a motion to accept the minutes as presented?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion passes. Treasurer's report.
Page 1, just Cliff's tire battery was new tires for one of the Tahoes. There's a couple, there's wet floor signs. Our floor is pretty dangerous when it's wet, so we wanted to make sure we put some signs out there. On page 2, the thank you cards at the bottom, that was for, we used to have thank you cards for the fire district when something went wrong. And we got help from other people or whatever, so we were out of thank you cards, so we got those printed. On page 3, the radiator went out in the fire chief's car and needed a total replacement, and the annual sprinkler inspection for the upstairs, that was for here. So,
What's the chainsaw kit?
we're in the process of doing some testing with battery operated chainsaws. So we've gotten some test chains to go through and see what's gonna work the best for us. So that's what that was. And on page 7, the spectacle kits, that's a for the air masks, so they can put their glasses in there.
Oh, okay.
So that's what that's for. Other than that, runner's fire equipment's maintenance stuff on engines and vehicles, and I don't have, if you want more information on those, I can get you that, but I don't know.
I have one other one, but I don't know where it is. Probably wasn't that important.
Any other questions or concerns on the financials?
What's the tube sleeves and lubricant
Yeah,
from
that's the
Ripon
one.
Ace Hardware?
Which page?
It's like last 7, page 7.
I can check and get back to you, cause I don't recall what that was for.
Anything else?
I'll check back, I'll get back to you, Mike.
Chief, was that check from the town for those air packs deposited, and the difference on that, was that?
That, I thought you were gonna put on, Barb's aware of the difference,
Okay.
300 and,
Okay, all
it's
right,
handled, right? Okay,
Yeah, actually, I talked to Bart today about that. and
Yeah, okay.
We're on the same page.
okay,
alright, good.
all right. Anything else? Well, there's a look for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the accounts payable.
Is there a second? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Is there a second to the motion?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Anything on collectibles, Jim?
Yeah, I talked to Barb today, just to touch base. She's gonna be getting me a billing, one more final billing, which will get a collection letter with this final billing from us. And then from there, we'll go to collection efforts, on a few of these, so we're gonna give them pretty much one more shot. If they haven't been making some type of payment, some type of payment plan, some even effort.
Yeah.
She's gonna be getting me those, later this week, and I'll be getting those mailed out, so hopefully March will have more information on that, hopefully a couple of those. We did notice a couple of the business ones that were out there and things like that, and we're gonna follow up, talk to Chief about it, about, way that we can possibly follow up ourselves too, so.
Okay.
Good stuff. Barb's working on it. Well, we're still working on how to get billed, where to get billed, you know, and things like that. But I think it's been working well. You know, it's kind of a trial and error situation, and we're making it work, I think, pretty well.
Yeah, I think, I'm seeing some bills come in, so, or invoices come in, so.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Chief's report?
You guys see on here, I'm not gonna go through every call, but, we gave mutual aid twice, we received it twice. We did 23 calls for the month. Out of those 23, the rapid response handled 13 of those. Those were either rapid response calls, or they were calls where the engine or ladder truck got held in quarters and the rapid response truck took care of it by itself. So a total of 13, whether that was held in quarters or specifically a rapid response call. We did have a house fire in there, and actually 2 house fires, one on West Fond du Lac Street and another one in the city of Ripon. Staffing update, we had 35 members. We have 2 cadets in the future who are gonna be coming on as firefighters, and we got 3 firefighters in firefighter 1 class now, and we got another applicant last night. So we're doing good with numbers on members. Nothing for fire inspection update. Project update for the buildings and grounds, nothing's changed there. New air pack update, all the air packs have been trained on, we put them in service, and the next day we had a house fire. So and then next week we had a house fire, and so they got to use them, and they all positive feedback. Grant update, Firehouse Subs has sent us procurement, I can't even say it.
Procurement?
Thank you. And so we sent that back, and so they said that they would have a check for us in 2 to 3 weeks. So we're just waiting for that. Pagers should be here shortly thereafter, about a week after. We're gonna go for a FEMA grant for new extrication equipment, and we're gonna go for an energy grant and Compare Financial. Webster's grant we did not get. They're going more towards a different avenue of organizations that are not-for-profit, meeting with their mission statement. So they've changed the way they do things a little bit. The Walmart grant we got, obviously, we already got that check, and we put that check, I believe, being deposited now. Family restaurant fundraiser, we have not received, we did that, we have not received any money from that yet. So we're waiting for a check from them. Active shooter, we did some active shooter training. We had, basically the police department and fire department's been working together with active shooter. So what we did was, I wanted the mutual aid fire companies to understand active shooter, how we would operate, what our expectations are of them, and what they could expect of us. We had 10 departments come. We had about 30 people, and it was a great training for everybody, and I think everybody learned a lot, and we're making progress. We're on the same page. Awards banquet, it's coming up February 22nd. On my list of to-dos, for this year, I'm hoping that I can get ISO to come back in and do a refresh, a review of us. Hopefully towards end of summer, beginning of fall, because there is a lot of work to do with that, and there are probably some decisions that are to be made down the road. Obviously, we want to go from an ISO class 3 in the city to an ISO class 2. We'll never be an ISO class 1, but we could be an ISO class 2. And if we can get there, that is a significant amount of savings in insurance. And in addition to that, I'd like to work on getting the ISO rating down in the township. I have some different thoughts for that. It wouldn't be down like to an ISO class 3 or 2, but if we can get down there, I want to work on that. So that's kind of one of my goals. I'm gonna be on vacation starting Friday. The 8th, and I'll return the 16th. We did have a on-the-job injury, just so the board knows. We had an on-the-job injury to one of our captains. He will be having surgery. He's off for at least 6 weeks to 8 weeks. So he's off from his full-time job, obviously. And so what they do is, the way work comp works it, is if you're off, if you're a firefighter or a captain or whatever rank you are, they go to the closest full-time fire department, and that's what they base their salary on. So so they figured all that out. So he'll be getting obviously pay from work comp, but I just wanted the board to know that there was a work comp injury, pretty significant one, and it was caused during training. So nothing. No safety things could have prevented it. No, we didn't do anything wrong. It's just a freak accident that happened. So it's not life-threatening, nothing like that. It's just it's to an extremity. So.
Okay, thank you. Any questions, the chief?
Yeah. What were the grants being, the FEMA and the Lion Energy,
FEMA, Lion Energy, and we're gonna go for Compeer Financial.
for, what are they for? Anything in particular?
Lion Energy is very specific to what they give. It's safety equipment. FEMA is Federal Emergency Management Agency. That's who we went through to get the air packs, where we failed twice. But we're gonna go for extrication equipment. And I don't know what the other one's for. Some of them don't specify, they're just general grants.
So
Some do.
is this stuff that we need, or is it just stuff that if we get it, we can upgrade the equipment that we have?
Our extrication equipment is, I'll just put this here, our extrication equipment is, obviously technology changes, and our battery operated extrication tool that we have is more powerful than our large hydraulic tool we have. That's how things have changed, you know. Everything's going to battery operated fans, battery operated saws, battery operated everything. And so it's a need we're gonna have in the future, and it's something we need to look at upgrading. That would be our next upgrade that we would need to do.
So it's upgrade if we can get grants. If we don't get grants to go through, then will that be like a budgeted item for the following year, or
Not probably for the following year, maybe 2 years from now.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I haven't looked at it that hard yet. I just know that that's the next thing we need to worry about upgrading is our extrication equipment, so I'm trying to do it through a grant. So.
Thank you.
I think what I've seen, Compeer gives like a money out. I've seen what some of it goes for, and it's like that kind of stuff. It isn't, you know, a fire truck or a, you know, but what I've seen is, one of them was green bin yeah, that kind of stuff, you know, with it. So, anyway, I know some of the fire departments around here have gotten them because I've seen it in the paper. And it's not great big stuff, but it's stuff you can use quite often. But my other question is, is anything happening with the truck we want to sell?
Nothing, I have not given them the new pictures yet, so, I'll work on that this week.
Okay. Anything else for the chief?
Yeah, and with the house fire, again, to reiterate, to the public, maybe, everybody, the millions at home listening. When there is a fire, please don't call the station, don't call the chief, don't call one of us, call 911. I know Chief, and I had a nice discussion about this, so if you ever see anything, please just call 911 right away.
And I did try to get that out in the newspaper,
I saw it.
because, you know, calling my cell phone doesn't do anything, just delays things.
Okay, thank you. Anything else for the chief? Moving on to old business, the payouts have been taken care of. Chief just addressed the rescue truck. I should have pulled number C off in there, my mistake. And D is, I just kinda left on there, so when it does come about in maintenance, so I don't forget to put it back on later on. Any other old business? No. New business, sale of the old air packs.
I've checked into what the air packs are worth. The air packs are worth anywhere between $200 and $500 a piece. There's people who we could sell them to that would refurb them, if they purchase them. There's also places that we could sell them, or we could donate them to. And I don't, the gentleman has not given me that information yet. But when I was talking to him about what they're worth between $200 and $500 a piece. I did have another department that is in need of air packs who wants to purchase those. And he wants to purchase our bottles, and I told him that we won't sell the bottles because the bottles are garbage. Literally, they're 3 years past their life expectancy. They won't, what do you call it? Hydro test them anymore because the composite can start to deteriorate after 15 years of use. So the bottles, as far as I'm concerned, we can give the bottles to whoever we want, and we're not going to sell those. My recommendation is we do sell the air packs and air masks if we can to any departments that need them. They're going to have to refurb them. They're going to have to do whatever they need to do to them. And it's not really up to us. If we're selling them our equipment, what they do with it, whether they put it on a shelf and model it or they use it, that's up to them. Doesn't hold out, we're not liable for that. We're just selling them the equipment. In addition to that, the masks, I know that the masks have a value too. I don't know what that value is. He did not tell me what that value is. I tried looking it up. I couldn't find them. I found a whole complete refurbed air pack for $1,400. And so I guess my recommendation to the board is that if we sell them, I'd like to get an approval to sell the air packs, the used air packs that we're not gonna keep, for $200 or $300 to any needy fire department that needs them. If we sell them to anyone else, to sell them for what we can get for them. If it comes down to it that nobody wants to purchase them, then we would donate them to an organization that there's multiple pickups through Wisconsin. So one department, I got, for example, 10 departments that are pickup points for these. So anything you don't need that you don't use, and the department wants to get rid of it and donate it, they're not gonna sell it, they donate it, they drop it off at that point, and then once or twice a year, whatever it is, every quarter, they go around and they pick up all of the equipment and they ship it off to another country. So I guess I'm gonna leave it up to the board for, if you have questions, I'll try to answer them to my best of my ability. If not, I would like approval to do that. The department that wants to buy them wants between 12 and 15, and we have about 30.
Well, I guess my thought is if there's a neighboring department that needs them, I mean, I think if we sell them, for $300, I mean, we're not here to gouge another department, we're just not. I mean,
And those people are gonna be helping us back somewhere down the line anyway, so.
And I would say include the mask with that. I mean, you know, there are, I'm gonna say there's probably 3 packs out there that we can donate. They need too much work,
Right.
maybe even more than that, maybe
Is that what
5.
you said?
How much do new bottles cost?
New bottles,
Yeah.
are about $980,
So they would have to come up with bottles then too.
yes. But, I mean, if they wanna take the bottles and they wanna, if they wanna build lamps out of them, or they wanna junk them, whatever they wanna do, or they wanna practice with them, or whatever, that's up to them, that's not up to us. I just don't think that a bottle that's not usable anymore, that's not testable, that would be putting somebody at risk, I think that's where we're having a problem if we sell that stuff. We can't, in my opinion.
So are you, go ahead, Mr. Evans.
Should we get an opinion about the bottles from Tom? What our liability would be?
I don't think we need
money
it.
to-
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I don't think we would need,
We're not selling them, do you want the bottles?
So are you thinking you're gonna sell the air packs and then give them 1 or 2 bottles with every air pack, or?
if they ask.
I mean, 1 or 2 bottles with every air pack?
He asked if he could have some bottles, and I said, that we're not gonna sell them together, you can't use them, I mean, they're junk, so you can have, sure, saves us the hassle of taking and getting rid of them, so.
Any other questions or comments, concerns?
Do you need to save a couple of these air packs in case?
We are saving a couple air packs, to be used in a, emergency situation, or, you know, for training purposes or something like that.
Or if you get more people on there. Probably won't.
We're not gonna use them as firefighting, no,
Okay.
absolutely not.
There's
They're
only so
not.
many seats and there's only so many packs for the seats.
Right. For interior structural firefighting purposes, we are not going to use our old air packs because that's the safety thing. That's why we got new air packs in the first place. So,
So what's your thoughts on selling?
There's no point in keeping it down here. You know, if we're not using them, there's no point in storing them. And the bottles, I have to agree with the chief, you know, if he doesn't feel they're safe to sell, somebody wants to use them, fine, but we don't.
yeah, and I asked the air pack company, I said, what do we do with our bottles? He's like, well, you just throw them in the garbage. And I'm
And
like,
you told us before, there's no place to even get rid of them.
yeah, he said you could just dispose of them, throw them in the garbage or whatever, landfill them. But he said if you really need me to take them, I'll take them. We got a whole stack of them here that someday we're gonna get rid of them. So,
Any other comments?
I agree with you. Sell them, and you don't have to gouge somebody. They're gonna have to refurbish them and spend some money on them anyway, and help them out and gain a
Maybe
little bit back.
help their department be better.
and we do have a couple things air pack wise that, you know, we could use to a few $1,000s, put that money back in. We could put that money back into the voice amps, for example, or stuff like that, you know. We used the voice amps at the last house fire. I walked up and I heard guys talking like it's clear as day, like it is now, you know, and I'm like, wow, what a difference. So, yeah. That's all I got, unless you guys got questions.
One quick,
Yes,
how
sir.
many air packs are we talking about selling?
I believe there's a total of 30 or 32 air packs out there.
Minus a couple that we're gonna save back.
A couple we're gonna keep back, and some that we're not gonna, in my opinion, I wouldn't sell.
Okay. I'm fine.
Okay.
Make a motion to allow Chief Saul to try to sell the old air packs he deems sellable.
I'll make a motion for that.
Did.
Oh, I'll second it then. I thought he was just repeating it back.
I have a comment. Do we need to set up bottom dollar or anything on that?
I did not, because to me, they're worth whatever we can get for them. That's why I didn't limit it.
Okay,
Obviously, he's gonna do what he can to still give a fair and good price, but
okay,
if we say 300 and somebody offers 275, he'd have to bring it back and we'd have to wait, and
okay,
obviously I'd give him the confidence and the faith that he would do what's right, not for 10 bucks a piece, but at the same time,
Right.
what are they worth to us besides shelf space?
right, okay, that's fine.
That's why I didn't do it.
Sure, that's fine.
I mean,
That's fine.
Do we wanna put the bottles on that same motion?
we're not selling them, and
Or just leave it out?
I think we're better off
Get rid,
just leaving them
Right.
out of that motion.
Okay, gotcha.
That's my thought.
Yeah.
cause we're just gonna get rid of them.
Right,
Right.
okay. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Surplus equipment?
Surplus equipment, about a year and a half, 2 years ago, the board gave me permission to get rid of the surplus equipment we have upstairs. That was kinda put on the back burner, I didn't do that. So, as the board directed me last time to, get rid of surplus equipment up there and sell it off, but document everything that gets sold. So I'm gonna move forward doing that now, but I just want to, I guess I just wanted to,
Reaffirm?
yeah, it's not my stuff, and I don't wanna, I just wanted to make sure that we're all still on the same page, even though it's been a year and a half or 2 years. We're just collecting more and more of it now,
Right.
and, so, that's all.
Was that done as a motion? The last time I
we
was,
did, yeah.
so we should be good with that.
Okay, I'll keep track of a record of everything we sell, and I'll bring that back to the board.
Right, okay, very good, thank you. Is there any other board discussion? As far as agenda items for the next month, A on here will be taken off. One thing that will be on the agenda for next month is replacing the other boiler upstairs. And that's gonna be a shared cost by the municipalities, my understanding.
That was my understanding.
And I have an updated cost on that. And the cost on that is $13,130. And like I say, that'll be on the agenda for approval for next month.
Can you forward all that with the agenda then, so we have the bids and all that?
Yes.
Thank you.
Is that billing gonna come back to the municipalities for that? Or is it, alright,
Yes.
so we put the boiler in and then everybody pays, it's not coming out of the budget?
Correct.
Got it.
You give me that, and then I can give you the numbers.
Okay.
So do we have, is it, who's putting it in, or who, do we have multiple? Because Brewer did the last one.
Brewer, this is the bid from Brewer. We bid it out, the previous one. Brewer, what should I say? Was comparable to any other bids. And this time, we just got a bid from Brewer. He knows what's up there, identical to what's up there now. This bid is higher than the last one. Reason being, last time they did not replace one of the circulating pumps. That they, I'm not gonna say they should have, but it was good enough then, but now by adding this other new boiler, he felt that we might as well replace it now. Otherwise, it's a comparable bid as from the last time. Anything else? Otherwise, our next regular meeting will be March 3rd, 7 o'clock.
Chicken barbecue, when's that?
Chicken barbecue, March 1st.
You got TV here, you better.
I don't
advertise.
have my phone,
seen
on me,
any
just double
signs
check,
on
but
it.
it is March 1st, chicken barbecue.
There's a calendar behind you. Calendar.
Excuse me 1 second.
No, actually, it's just to be the,
First Sunday.
Yes, March 1st.
yep.
Sunday, March 1st, 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Drive-through service, call ahead. You can order your chicken the day before on Saturday and call in your order. Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
Did you have something, Mike? Oh, okay.
We'll look for a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
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 We are adjourned, 7:36.
Someone call Joe.